Hello, everybody! How are you doing today? Good to see you, good to see you. Hello, Lulu and Laura Vloggers. Hello, Yarny Cat. I saw you recently. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Barry. How you doing? Just figured I'd come on for a little while. Okie dokie. It's a nice sunny day here this morning. It's not this morning. It's like mid-afternoon, jeepers. It's not this morning. Nice sunny day today. Still chilly though. It's 34 degrees and with the wind chill it's 25. Not as bad as it was this morning. There's Remy. Hello, Remy. Hey, Sheila. How are you doing? Good to see you. I wasn't talking to you, Rem. I bought a heat bulb for my hermit crabs, and it doesn't work. I wanted to make sure it was the bulb and not my fixture, so I took it out. I took the good bulb out of my Pac-Man frog fixture and put the new bulb in there, and it doesn't work. But yet the old bulb that the Pac-Man frog is using is working, so it's not the fixture's problem. It is the bulb. So I'm gonna have to bring it back so that I can have a heat bulb on both tanks. But for now, I have to kind of switch it back and forth so they can both have heat. I added the and more just because I do other things with the channel other than pet related, like my inspirational, my devotionals and things like that, and I'm gonna start throwing some crafty things in there. So I just figured, you know what? That way people will come to they won't be like, okay, it says passion for pets, but this has nothing to do with pets. So that's where the and more will come in. Well, etc. works too, but so does and more. I thought about passion for pets and inspiration, but I don't know. For now, I'll just leave it the way it is and see how it goes. We got some punch keys. Say what now? I don't know what that means. Excuse me. And donuts? Donuts. I had two big cups of coffee today and just ate my first thing for today. I just ate some food. I was like, I'm on 2 cups of coffee and no food. I gotta change it. What's a punch key? The donut punch keys. Donut holes? Is that what you're talking about, is donut holes? I'm so confused. You're always talking in code with me. Hopefully I can get a webcam here soon, too. I don't know what a punch key is. What's a punch key? A donut punch key. I don't know what that is. Shed some light on my confusion. Hi, Remy. I don't know what that is. Help! I don't know what it is. Okay, it's a cream donut. Where does punch key come in? I've never heard that. It's a donut with filling. That makes sense to me. Jeepers creepers. I'm going to have to figure out another inspirational thing to do once I finish the Secrets of Confidence that I do in the evenings, because I'm getting closer to the end of the book. I'll have to figure out what else to do in the evenings. The daily devotions in the morning just is continuous, but there's an end to my book, so I'll have to figure out what else I can do. Hey, bud! How are you? I saw your shout out video yesterday. You had a lot of people on that list. That actually sounds good, Barry. I don't like Pop-Tarts, but the s'mores one, it's got chocolate. So I'd probably be good with that. And definitely good with Dove chocolate. I had some Kraft mac and cheese for lunch, for breakfast and lunch, just a little bit ago. I think I finished about 20 minutes ago. It was the first thing I ate today after my 2 cups of coffee, because Remy woke me up at like 7:30 this morning. I was like, "Wow!" I don't like to get up early if I can help it. If I don't have to get up early, I want to sleep in, and he woke me up at 7:30 squawking. If cocoa beans still grow on trees, chocolate is fruit to me. Thanks, bud. There's Remy trying to take over the stream as usual. As usual. My newborn orphaned baby rats are doing wonderful. My mice have accepted them as their own and are feeding them. It's super exciting. They're starting to get a little bit of hair. What's everybody up to today? I'm just taking it easy. I like to take it easy on my days off. There's always something to do at home, especially with the animals. But I like to relax too. Yes, he is a talker for sure. If he hears conversation going on, Remy! If he hears conversation going on in the house and we're not directing that talk to him, he needs to try and out-talk us. Playing your Switch. Wendy's here! I loved that craft you did yesterday. I was so sad that I had to be at work during it, but I left the video playing so I could peek in every now and again, but I had to have the volume off, and I didn't see the whole thing, so when I got home last night, I rewatched it, and that was just awesome. Makes me want to make a huge envelope, decorative envelope. But I feel like if you could get like a big piece of paper, like what you used, without a set pattern on it, and like do like paint and things on it, like do almost like a mixed media on it. Not really so mixed, but with paint and maybe stamps or whatever to decorate the plain paper. Good grief. To decorate the plain paper. I just think that would be cool too. But I loved all the little knick-knacky things you had. And Remy, come on! My stream, not yours. YouTube was having issues. Oh. Every live stream is a competition with Remy. I swear. He needs his own channel. He needs his own channel. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You need your own. Yes. I think that would be really cool. Like, kind of like when Nana was working on her mixed media for her little case thing. Something like that, but then turn it into an envelope. Hey, Kathleen. Yes, that is my bird. My Quaker parrot, who is very mouthy. He has to compete with me every live stream. Even my uploads. He's like, oh, you're recording. I need to talk. Dog is sitting in front of me wanting me to massage her. She likes to, especially her back legs. She's very muscular in her back legs, so I just massage her muscles in her thighs, and she's like, ah. She loves massaging. Yes, and he is pretty much like a child. Oh, look, today actually is his 9-month birthday. He's 9 months old today. My bird. He hatched May 21st. So today is his 9-month birthday. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It's his 10-month birthday. He probably already had a 9-month birthday. I'm so confused. Wait. No. Yeah, it's his 9 months. I'm so confused. Yeah. Yeah, it's his 9 months. He'll be a year old in May. Yes, he's a chatterbox. Luckily, he knows to be quiet at night. Usually, once it's dark, around 8 o'clock, he'll start settling in. He'll go to his little platform and settle in and sleep. And then he usually is pretty quiet in the morning until he starts hearing activity, but he did wake me up this morning at 7:30. I like turkey burgers. Yum, especially grilled. I'm going to love grilling again. It's okay, Kathleen. Yes, I'm super excited that the mice have accepted those baby rats. I really am. Oh, dog just puked. That's nice. Actually, what she did was burp. After she drinks water, sometimes if she drinks too much water, she'll burp and the water comes back. And that's what just happened. That's disgusting. But yeah, and I've definitely got a big pregnant mouse. And then I think, looking at some of the other ones, they might be more newly pregnant, like kind of look like they're starting to get a gut. But they're not very far along yet. You can usually tell when they're about ready to pop because they get really big and just look super uncomfortable. Who learns from me? What you talking about? You heading out, Sheila? Have a good day. Don't work too hard. The burps. That's just something that she always seems to do. She'll drink a bunch of water, and then she burps, and out it comes. Oh, okay. Not yet. Gotcha. Wendy, me, and Soto were talking about your loaded envelope. She's excited to get it. Hope your postman drops it at my house instead. That was another thing, too. Since I was at work, I was like, dang it, I couldn't take part in the giveaway. I couldn't put numbers in. Boo hiss. But I've got some paper, and I might try and make one. See what I get. I don't have a lot of doodads to go with it, but of course I gotta dig out a lot of my stuff because they're still all in bins. Hey, shush! Shush! I'm gonna get that shamrock shake. The shamrock shake is actually really good, but high in sugar. High in sugar. But yeah, it's basically a vanilla shake with it's just green and it's a little minty. That's all it is. Pearl and Remy are my favorite. That would have to be a very large mistake, Kathleen. I have had mail delivered to me that was supposed to go to the Parks and Rec. When we lived on a different street, our address, we lived on the same street as Parks and Recreation, and we had the same number to our address, but I was on the west side, they were on the east side. And we kept getting their mail, and I was in this little house, and I was like, do I look like Parks and Rec? Why am I getting this mail? Because it said Parks and Rec on the envelope. I'm like, why am I getting this mail? And I wasn't paying attention one day, and I opened it up, and there was a check inside it, and I was like, oops. And then I realized it was for Parks and Rec, so I sealed it back up. I wrote out another envelope, put a stamp on it, sealed it back up, and sent it out again. And then 2 days later, it was in my mailbox again. I'm like, seriously? Shadow, she is, I think, in the bedroom. I think she's in the bedroom just chilling. And then there was another address that we lived at where down the street, on the opposite side of the street, we had the same house, in quotes, house number, but it was a beauty salon business, and we were getting their mail, and I'm like, jeepers creepers. No, those ones aren't my pets. That was just a picture I found, but they're representing a lot of the pets that I have, because I do have a cat. I do have a couple of birds. I have a rabbit. I have mice. I have rats. I have dogs. I got fish. So I don't have a chameleon, but I do have a Pac-Man frog and hermit crabs. So they just represent a lot of what I have. But I should kind of do up a thing where I have pictures of all my pets and just stick it up in there. Yeah, Barry, she's a little new to my streams, but she's not new to me. I've gotten to know her elsewhere. Oh, you couldn't pick numbers either. Ah! You've been here in one of my live streams before, right, Wendy? I know you're not new to my channel. I can't remember. I don't stream a lot, so I think she's new to you, Barry. Just new to you. We all know her. Yes, you gotta have patience with Barry. He is a pain in the patootie. But we love him. He's a youngin'. He's the same age as my son. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You had a toad? Pac-Man frogs really do look more like toads. And they're not aquatic, so they do really live more like a toad, but they're frogs. There's a website that they sell spiders and other creepy crawlies and lizards and all of that kind of thing. And they have Pac-Man frogs as well, and other frogs. I wouldn't mind trying my hand at some other frogs too. There's this really cute little frog. His coloring is what gave him his name. He's kind of like a muddled white with black or beige or whatever, and the frog is literally called a bird poop frog because the coloring resembles bird poop. And I'm like, that poor little frog. It is really cute, and it's got to carry around the name bird poop frog. I don't think they're aquatic either. A lot of people would say the difference between a toad and a frog is that frogs are aquatic and toads aren't, but there are a lot of frogs that are not aquatic. No, he looks like he's playing with his mirror. He's ogling himself, it looks like. He's playing with his mirror. I can see him turning it. He's in awe by his reflection. He's conceited. Yeah, that's true. It is pretty quiet, but yeah, I could see him turning his mirror around. He's just entertaining himself. I can usually hear him eating because I can hear him crunching the little pellets with his beak, but I see him turning the mirror around. At one point, before I got him the bird-friendly mirror, I hung one of my little hand mirrors on the side, and they've got strong beaks, I tell you, because the metal that was holding my mirror part in, the frame of the mirror, he was like peeling it back. And I was like, wow, that's like metal, and he's bending it. So I was like, give me back my mirror. You need your own. Ruin your own mirror. Jose doesn't like mirrors or the camera. My animals don't seem to mind the camera. Remy likes to try and bite it. The other animals don't seem to care about it. The rats like to try and climb on it. Speaking of my rats, my one male that I have that still is like the sweetest rat in the world, and I've never gotten a rat that old before. I don't know how old he is, but he's pretty well full grown. And since he was raised to be a feeder, he was not socialized. So it shocks me that he is so, he allows you to hold him. He allows you to snuggle with him. He's not, he's probably nervous, but his first reaction isn't to struggle and try and get away like most of them are when they're not socialized. But I sat here last night and he was sleeping. I was wearing a hoodie and he was sitting on me under my chin for probably a good half an hour. And then he kind of maneuvered himself around to the back of my neck, and then he went to sleep in my hoodie. I could feel my hoodie kind of constricting my throat a little bit because the weight of him was pulling my hood down. But he was just contentedly sleeping in my hood. And that's really unusual for an older rat that was not socialized. But he is really, really, really sweet. Oh, you've got something in common with Bud? Ooh, what is it? What is it? I think we all like animals, don't we? How can you not? Although there are people out there that aren't animal people, and I don't understand it. It begins with P. That's not something in common, though. That's a difference. I'm going to get some trivia cards, because when she said it begins with P, I just thought we should do some trivia. I'm going to go grab some. Trivia cards. I used to play this all the time with my keys. It begins with a P. Let me see. Oh, nothing at this point. Wendy said she has something in common with Bud, and it begins with a P. No barking. Nope. Shh. Hey, Tim. PTSD. Here's a question for you guys. So this is going to be true or false. Although I want to find out first before we do it what this thing is that they have in common that starts with a P. Oh. No. Hush, hush, hush. Bella. No. No. All right, so this question is true or false. In the Canadian town of Churchill, people leave their car doors unlocked to give pedestrians a place to escape from marauding polar bears. Is that true or false? It is, in fact, true. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine having to get away from a polar bear? Help. Wendy says, help. Oh, jeepers, Barry. Yeah, for sure. I forgot to lock my car one evening, and in the morning when I went to go to work, it was still there. I got in. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to lock it. And my glove box was open. My sunglasses were on the seat. Nothing was missing. I think they were looking for something, but they just rifled through my glove box, and things were sitting out on the seat. And there was one thing, I can't remember what it was, that was in the yard. I'm like, well, they were disappointed. They didn't take anything. They just made a mess. All right. So next one is true or false. Hemp was a lucrative crop for early American farmers and was used to make rope, canvas, clothing, and paper. The Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. True or false? Barry thinks he is the best at trivia, although the last time we played, he did do fairly well. Wendy is correct. It is false. Now, the first part of it is true, but the part about the Declaration of Independence being written on hemp paper is false. American colonists were encouraged to grow hemp for export to Britain, but the Declaration of Independence wasn't written on hemp paper. America's founders used parchment. You get a half. Wow, all this resentment toward you, Wendy. Oh, you made her cry. Bud. All right, here's the next one. During the 1960s, the CIA ran a spy training program for cats. True or false? It just totally makes me think of that movie, Cats and Dogs. Like little ninja spies or whatever they were. Barry, that's not nice. The answer is true. The 20 million 5-year government plan failed because the spy cats refused to follow orders. So they did have a program, but they couldn't follow through with it because the cats didn't follow orders. I wonder why. Because they have to do things on their own terms. They're like rebellious teenagers. They're not going to follow rules. Right, Barry? All right. Okay, here's the next one. Walt Disney was fired from his job at a Kansas City newspaper because his boss felt he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. True or false? Hello, Pigeon Lady. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're just doing a little trivia. It is true. I bet you that newspaper is kicking themselves now, huh? Lacking imagination. You gotta be pretty imaginative to come up with some of the things you come up with. Yes. Isn't that crazy? Stuffed mushrooms. Yum, yum, yum. Yes, Barry. You have a question. What is your question? Do 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 do. That's a medal. It is a #1 medal. All right, next one. The first McDonald's restaurant outside the United States was opened in Canada. True or false? It is true. It was opened in Canada, and then it expands and says there are now McDonald's restaurants in over 100 different countries around the world. But I guess, according to this, the first one outside of the States was Canada. All right. An Australian robot called Swagbot is used to herd cattle and other grazing livestock. True or false? Hey, Premier Hal is here. Hello. How you doing? Barry. Bud is correct. It is true. Australian scientists believe Swagbot is the cowboy of the future. It gets its name from the Australian and New Zealand slang word swagman, which means a transient laborer. Ah, here's a good one. This is animal related. Wendy told me the answer. All right. Excluding humans, the hippopotamus is the deadliest mammal on Earth. True or false? Barry, are you going to show off that medal to everybody? Oh, okay, you're asking an actual question. Okay. The answer is actually false, you guys. The hippopotamus is a surprisingly dangerous mammal, but dogs are far deadlier. Next to humans, dogs are responsible for more human deaths than any other mammal. And sadly, it's because of lack of training. Yes, hippos are very aggressive. It's hard to know, Barry, what you would do, though, because until you're in the situation, I'd like to think that I can handle it, but then I think I'd just be cowering in a corner. Although then, at the same time, people say you do surprising things when you're desperate. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do. All right, let's see. Really? Your rabbit? Woo! Wow. That's crazy. See, my rabbits I got from the animal shelter, but they're really sweet. I mean, they're not incredibly fond of being restrained. No rabbits usually are, but aggression is, they had to have been handled incorrectly for them to have that kind of aggression. I've seen aggression in mine, but usually there's a reason behind it. They're just not aggressive for the sake of being aggressive. Oh no, we're buffering? Is anyone else buffering, or is it just Premiere? Alright. Let's see. Next question. Alright. The word for grinding a person's head with your knuckles while holding them in a headlock is known today as a noogie. The original name for this obnoxious practice was a Dutch rub. True or false? Wow, Bud got in there really quick. It is true. The term Dutch rub first appeared in print during the 1920s. Oh, Barry. Lyric Bloomquest, hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you before. The most charming person in the chat. Definitely not the most modest. All right. Most people believe that mosquitoes are the deadliest animals on Earth, but they actually rank second. Humans kill more people than mosquitoes. True or false? Yep, Tim's shy. Oh, you all wrong. It is actually false. Mosquitoes have killed more people than people have killed people. Which is kind of scary. Well, then you're really behind there, Barry. I think you're pulling my leg. You're pulling my leg. All right, Sheila. Have a good day or a good evening. Let's see. That card had nothing on it. All right, let's see. Okay. In a classic example of one-upmanship, the architects who designed the White House insisted their building have more bathrooms than London's Buckingham Palace. True or false? What are you going to ask them, Barry? Who's number one? Who's number one? It ain't you, because you got that one wrong. Ooh-hoo! Go, Wendy. Go, Wendy. It is false. Buckingham Palace has 78 bathrooms. Holy moly. Which trumps the 35 bathrooms in the White House. That is a lot of bathrooms to clean. Good lordy. Bamboozle. All right. Typing on a computer or smartphone will cause fingernails to grow faster. True or false? Okay, Tim. Is there cheating going on back there? Typing on a computer or smartphone will cause fingernails to grow faster. True or false? Your secret and everybody else's that can see the chat. Woohoo, bud! The answer is true. Tapping lightly on any surface will stimulate nail growth. Woohoo! And I have noticed that. I was like, wow, my nails have grown really fast this, time around from the last time I cut them. But I did a lot of typing or, whatever around, what am I trying to say? During that time. So they actually tend to grow faster. It stimulates the growth. Wendy and Bud sharing answers. Oh, that is disgusting. Okay. A giant hairball, almost 5 inches in diameter, was removed from the stomach of an English woman who suffered from a rare condition known as Rapunzel syndrome, which caused her to obsessively pull out her own hair and eat it. True or false? Ugh. 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 Disgusting. It is true. Bud gets it. This condition is extremely unusual in humans and has been medically documented less than 100 times. I've never actually heard of Rapunzel syndrome, but pica is a thing where I could imagine that happening. But pica, they can eat anything, not just hair. Barry. All right, next one. George Washington had very bad teeth. In an effort to look presentable, just days before his inauguration in 1798, he had a set of false teeth made of wood. True or false? Wendy is correct. It's funny because I didn't say anything right away, so she's thinking, okay, that's not right. I gotta put in the other one, the other answer, the only other answer there is. Well, George Washington did have bad teeth and had several sets of false teeth. It is an urban legend that he had false teeth made of wood. That was kind of a trick question. He did have false teeth for presentation, but they were never made out of wood. Uh-huh, Barry. Yep, yep. All right, Barry, here's one for you. Many people falsely believe that an ostrich buries its head in the sand to cool down. The real reason is to hunt for insects and grubs. True or false? They told you that they were made out of wood? Shame on them. Barry, the question was, many people falsely believe an ostrich buries its head in the sand to cool down. The real reason is to hunt for insects and grubs. Huh. You need to hunt down those teachers or that school system and say, hey, just so you don't keep spreading this lie around. It isn't true. It isn't true. They were never made out of wood. All right, so Wendy said true. Lyric said true. It is false. An ostrich doesn't actually bury its head in the sand ever to cool down or to look for food. It never does. So why people say, they're sticking their head in the sand like an ostrich, it's a bull kind of analogy because they never stick their heads in the sand for any reason. So that was kind of a trick question too. They don't do it. Did Bud feed you the wrong information, Wendy? You are smarter than school teachers. Another. Yes, Bud, that was wrong info. Oh. Ostriches do it because they're stupid. Well, there you go, Barry, because they don't do it at all, so they're pretty smart. They don't stick their heads in the sand at all. Ha ha! Ha ha! Your insult to ostriches doesn't work. All right, next one. At the end of a traditional wedding reception in French Polynesia, the bride's family lays face down side by side in the dirt, and the bride and groom walk across them. True or false? I can't believe I was lied to by teachers. But do you really know this one, or did you just see Wendy's answer and I never said anything? I'm thinking I have to start waiting a little bit longer just to throw you guys off. It is true. This unique tradition takes place on the Marquesas Islands of French Polynesia. So they really do that. The family lays in the dirt. And why is it just the bride's family? Why doesn't the groom's family have to get in the dirt? That just seems wrong. I wonder if they have the same tradition that the bride's family pays for the wedding. If I'm paying for the wedding, I ain't laying in the dirt. Oh, Barry. Alright, let's see. Alright, here's one. Chimpanzee trainers must never put their hands on their hips. In the eyes of a chimp, this is an aggressive gesture, and chimps have been known to attack trainers in response to this body language. True or false? I'm going to wait a little bit before saying whether anyone's right or wrong. Oh, booyah, Barry, you're incorrect. Incorrect. You can go to the bathroom now. It is false. Trainers can put their hands on their hips, no problem. But humans must never show their top teeth. Displaying upper teeth is seen by chimps as an aggressive and threatening gesture. Are you demonstrating? Hush! She's demonstrating. Hush! Hush up. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Never smile and show your top teeth. How do you not show your top teeth? You gotta make a funny face to do that. Hush! Hush up! No! Somebody must be around that they like. They're wagging their tail. Oh. My son is home. Give me a second. I have to unlock the door for him. That's what you see. He is home. Get in here, Brindley.
Yep. I need to go to Warhammer.
You need to go to Warhammer? Okay, well, we'll go.
It's in store pickup, so it's free shipping.
Yay. I'm on live right now, though.
Yeah.
Ian says hi, everybody. Oh, you knew that, bud? You knew that answer? Cool. The dog is chasing him. All right, here is another one. Ian was visiting his cousin, and he left Wednesday. I think he left Wednesday, and just got back. He was playing D&D, which was a big taboo thing when I was young. We were not allowed to play, but now apparently it's acceptable. Okay, next question. The Chevy Nova sold poorly in Mexico. Why? Because Nova means no-go in Spanish. True or false?
Dog food in the car, isn't it?
That little bag there is dog food. I'm gonna steal it all. It's the same size bag.
Yeah. Oh, mine now.
You'll have to go and get another bag for me because I'll need some. There's bigger bags in the car and another small one. All right. The answer is actually false. Although the translation is accurate, it does mean no go. Nova sales in Mexico were as strong as anywhere else. So part of the question is false, part of it is true. The translation is true, the sale part is false. I'm trying to trick ya. Hey, Kristen. All right, Lyric Bloomquest, have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. Hope I see you again. Yes, it was a trick question. They like to do that. All right, let's see. Aha, here's an animal one. You feel smarter now? Chickens with red earlobes lay brown eggs. True or false? Chickens with red earlobes lay brown eggs. Oh, Barry. You may feel smarter, but I'm sorry. That is incorrect. The answer is true. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it that chickens have earlobes? For the most part, chickens with red earlobes do lay brown eggs, with a few laying blue eggs instead. Ha ha! Ah, see, Wendy knows. She's got chickens. So how do you tell if they have red earlobes or what's the other option? What other color earlobes do they have? I didn't even know for a while that chickens had earlobes at all, because you don't see their ears. This is rigged. Sorry, Barry. Nope, it's not rigged. You just are not number one anymore. She must have had red earlobed chickens. Now, the next time I see a chicken, I want to look for earlobes. Show me your earlobes. I don't know, Barry. I dropped it. Alright. Let's see. You get white, blue, and brown. So you'll have chickens with whatever other color earlobes they have. And red ones. Because you're letting them win. Uh-huh. Here is one. Here's one. We learned this in school too, didn't we? People are either left brain or right brain dominant. The left being the logical side and the right being the creative side. True or false? School lied again. School lied again. No one has a dominant brain hemisphere. While certain functions sometimes dominate specific brain regions, both sides of the brain are generally equal in their activity. Ooh, that's kind of confusing because it talks about dominant regions, but yet the sides are equal. My brain is a prune. Bud, what school did you go to? Don't send your kids there. Nobody send your kids to Bud's school. But that's what we were all taught. There's a logical side and like a book smart side and a creative side. And one is more dominant than the other in some people. That's what we were told. Glad I didn't listen to the teachers. All right. Charles Dickens had 10 children, all of whom also became authors. Of course, none of them became as well known as their legendary father. True or false? I went to school in Arkansas. That's my problem. All right, the answer is false. Although he did have 10 children, none of them were authors. None of them were authors. You're having some trouble there, Barry. Barry's struggling today. You did do really well that day, Barry. I don't know what's going on with you now. All right, next one. Fred Rogers appeared in more than 900 episodes of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood over the show's 31 seasons. That's crazy, 31 seasons. All those cardigan sweaters he wore were hand knit by his mother. True or false? Didn't have a good breakfast this morning. You guys are right. It's true. His mom knit all of his sweaters that he wore in the show. You said nothing, Barry. Can she knit? I liked Mr. Rogers. I watched him almost all the time growing up. All right, here's a good one. The children of two sets of identical twins are cousins, but genetically, they are actually siblings. True or false? Ask a video game question. I don't know if there are any video game questions. Well, there probably is somewhere, but I'd have to find them. Are you sure, Barry? Final answer? Well, Barry, until you changed your answer, you were correct. It is true, and it makes my brain hurt because I don't know how it's true. They don't explain. I think I need to type it into Google. Yes, you did, and then you changed your answer, Barry, so sorry, you're wrong. I don't know how. The children of two sets of identical twins are cousins, but genetically they're actually siblings. It makes my head hurt. Ian, can you explain this to me and to the rest of us? This is a true fact, okay? The children of two sets of identical twins are cousins. Makes sense. But genetically, they're actually siblings. They don't explain. It's just true. Genetically, the children of two sets of twins are siblings, not cousins. They're cousins, but genetically they're siblings. I'm getting all confused trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Genetically, they come from the same lineage and therefore are siblings.
Yeah, you come from my lineage, but you're not my sibling.
You're not my cousin either.
My head hurts. Anyone else's head hurt? Can I have one of those? I haven't tried one.
Why'd you give them to me?
I just want to try one. Thank you. Ooh, that's good.
Maybe you shouldn't give them to me.
We're making Wendy laugh. Barry said, "Sup, Ian?"
Sup?
Sup? Okay. He dropped a Mike and Ike on the floor. All right. Chocolate syrup was often used to simulate blood in black and white movies. True or false? I have to have something in my head so I don't have a headache. And Bud is correct. It is true. Probably because chocolate being a darker color is better visible in black and white. Why are you pacing?
Oh, I need to go to work.
He's pacing and he's driving me crazy. Okay. So you're going to pace faster? Ah! Okay. I told Bud. right. A park ranger named Roy Sullivan holds the unfortunate record of being struck by lightning 7 times. True or false? Ian, you're making me dizzy.
I'm not going in circles.
Yeah, but you're going back and forth across my vision. Stop it. It is true. That poor man. He was struck by lightning in 1942, 1969, 1970, 1972, 1973, 1976, and finally in 1977. Wowza. You have not. Seriously, Wendy? She said she'd been struck twice.
It doesn't do that.
She wasn't standing in the same place. Wow. That's crazy. He had to stay inside when cloudy. I bet he did. I wouldn't want to leave. Once on my shoe. Oh, yikes. That's, I don't even want to imagine. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, how are you doing? All right, here's one. Once under a tree and once on your shoe. Wow. About 19 billion pieces of Lego are manufactured every year. True or false? I bet it did. I bet it did. It is true. With no explanation, but that's okay. Were you as crafty before you got struck? Because I'd say it gave you your craftiness. But if you were crafty before, then at least you didn't lose it. You were crafty before too. All right, next question. Some wasps produce honey. True or false? Wendy's on a roll. It is true. Not only does the Mexican honey wasp make honey, it also helps control pests and is a good pollinator for avocado plants. Oh, I was saying some wasps produce honey, true or false, and it is true. Go, Wendy. Go, Wendy. And now I have to bid you all adieu because he's getting antsy. He wants me to take him to Warhammer so that he can pick up his package he ordered. I'm winging these questions. But yeah, he has a package to pick up and he wants me to bring him, so I have to do it before they close. Had fun. I'm glad I came on. And hopefully I will see you guys later. Oh, Barry. I will see you guys later. I had fun, and I will talk to you later. Bye!